which means he's got a big guest, is Erick Erickson, who joins us live every Monday, 2 p.m. on the Erick Erickson Show. You will be interviewing who, sir?
The Lieutenant Governor, Burt Jones. He's the last of the gubernatorial interviews.
Yeah, the Kingmaker, Erick Erickson. No pressure on Burt Jones, by the way. You think they're doing prep right now?
Listen, I got a soft touch. Just let them talk, and they can build their own traps and fall into them if they want.
All right, must listen. Burt Jones live with Erick Erickson, a full hour, 2 to 3, right?
2 to 3.
All right, I'll be listening. Redistricting, man, I'm getting whiplash. I've said from the beginning, I don't like any of this redistricting, but now the dominoes have fallen. The cards are where they are. I know your opinion on the redistricting. If you don't follow Eric on Twitter, you're missing out. But I just want, at the end of the day, what's the plus minus net gain? Are the Republicans going to control the House in the midterms coming up?
Probably not. When you look at everything, there's about 16 toss-up seats now. The GOP has 209. The House has maybe 220, or Democrats have 207. About 16 to 18 toss-up seats. The odds are, now, if the Democrats get a bunch of bad candidates, the Republicans could control the House. The Democrats think now they've got to win the popular vote by about 4% in order to hold the House. They probably do, and they probably will get that. People are really angry right now about gas prices, beef prices, the cost of living. They're taking it out on the president and the GOP.
But, I mean, it was a foregone conclusion not too long ago that, the Democrats are definitely going to take that. Now it's kind of in that.
Yeah, so the Virginia Supreme Court, and let's just say that their decision was right on the merits. There's a procedure the Democrats didn't follow. Even the Democratic governor said they needed to slow down. They weren't following the procedure. They ignored her. It happened as so many people predicted. So now we went from a sure thing Democrats were going to win, even with the Republican redistricting gambit, to actually more seats favor the GOP now.
Now, this is something I warned both parties when they started, the gerrymandering, the off-year redistricting is, what my fear is for both parties is if you're taking votes out of this to move to this jurisdiction to get a red seat blue or a blue seat red, you're thinning out that once reliable red or blue seat. So is there possible we see some election day surprises, like because of all the redistricting, this firmly red seat might actually be close now because they moved all those.
That actually is a problem for the GOP. If things go badly for the GOP, some of the Republican redistricting in Florida, you could actually cause some Democrats to get elected in what should be Republican seats. Same in Texas. Some of the seats were R plus 20 are now R plus 10. If there's a big wave,
exactly.
Then yes. And by the way, for the Republicans, I mean, given the economic situation and people's angst, there's a lot of anger out there against the GOP right now.
Interesting. All right. So end of the day, do we even know what was it after redistricting? The Republicans plus 7
the
seats
Republicans
like
right now, they've got like a 10-seat advantage after the Virginia situation. They may wind up with 11-seat advantage. There's a pending or a court argument in Missouri today. But if there's a massive wave for the Democrats, and it looks like there is, I mean, the Republicans have lost virtually every special election in the last year. Whenever that happens, it's bad for the incumbent White House party.
Erick Erickson joining us live on the Mark Aram Show. I'm holding in my hand, Eric. This is from management. You and I have to sign this agreement that we won't bet on Kalshi or Poly Market. When it comes to betting on politics, I don't know if you want to have your attorney look it over. Greg Bluestein from the AJC tweeted something. I don't dabble in this. I play fantasy baseball. That's as much as I do when it comes to betting. But something happened over the weekend on Kalshi, which is one of these predictive betting sites, that shot Derek Dooley into the lead, at least the betting lead, when it comes to Republican Senate race, and then it quickly do you have an idea what happened?
No, so there was a story last week that political campaigns are placing bets on Kalshi and Poly Market to get media attention by doing these spikes, and it's the campaign staff doing it, betting on their guy. That's probably what happened to get some buzz out there on this. I have no idea, but I avoid those markets and think they need to be regulated. I turned down an ad deal for some of these markets. I'm deeply worried about where we're going we're going to bet on whether it's going to rain today or not.
Yeah, a very addictive thing to start betting on anything.
And by the way, there was a big Bloomberg story that only 1/10 of 1% of people actually make significant money on it, and almost all of those are bots.
So is the theory that Barbara Dooley bet $1 million on her son, and
I don't know.
That moved the market?
We'll see, or maybe we'll find out in the next campaign finance disclosure that the campaign did it to get some attention. I don't know.
Speaking of that, holy Jackson, deep pockets. That's remarkable. Is $70 million?
Yeah, and another, I think, $10 million already committed. Yeah, listen, he's got billions to spend. Burt Jones's dad and his family, they're very wealthy as well. There is a question about Jones. He's loaned himself more money than he says he's worth. So the AJC is raising red flags about that. But look, these are very wealthy men who can spend a lot of money, and they're going to get into a runoff, and the runoff is probably going to be really nasty.
And Brad Raffensperger, not a pauper either, right? He's
yeah, I mean,
you've got quite a bit of money.
The three guys with the most money are in 1, 2, and 3. Only 2 of them get into the runoff, and that's going to be the 2 richest guys.
Speaking of the runoffs, I've seen a lot of, I don't know if you saw this, Deborah or Vinny, on social media, a lot of all of a sudden, I don't know if they're organic or paid or what, but African Americans saying, why should we vote for Keisha Lance Bottoms? It's been over the last 3 days or over the weekend. I'm just seeing in my Instagram algorithm.
My suspicion is that one, I think Jeff Duncan's campaign is pushing a lot of this, but also Michael Thurman's campaign. Thurman is battling it out for second place with Jeff Duncan for who's going to get into a runoff with Keisha if they can stop her. She's got a pretty dominant lead. But, you know, I mean, Michael Thurman is actually the guy Republicans are more worried about than either Duncan or Bottoms, because he's run statewide with Republican support multiple times and won, retired to be in DeKalb County, and now he wants to run again. He's actually a pretty good candidate.
Do we think we might have a runoff there?
It's going to be close. Yeah. Her support has started to fade towards the end, but with Joe Biden coming in, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, and others all kind of rallying around her, she may get out of it without a runoff.
Yeah, interesting. Did you see any of that, Vinny, on your Instagram feed? There was a lot of videos, and they weren't like advertisements, but for whatever reason, I saw a lot of African Americans posting that Keisha Lance Bottoms is not who they're going to vote for in the upcoming election. Did you see any of that come across your feed?
No, I haven't seen that myself yet.
You were making beats, not eating beats over the weekend.
Yeah.
Eric warning Iran on Friday. I was optimistic. I thought we might see an agreement. Secretary Rubio says we're waiting to hear back from Iran. We did. It didn't work out. And where are we in this Monday morning?
It's stupidity. We've allowed the Iranians to rearm with the help of the Russians and the Chinese for the last 3 weeks, and now they've got their military strength back. And if we bomb them again, it's just going to be a mess.
Are we going to bomb them right now?
We should.
But President's going to see the Chinese president. Like I think after that meeting, it's going to be like, all right, light her up.
Yeah.
But I have a tough time seeing military action before the president meets.
I'm still wondering if we're actually going to see this meeting with the president Xi. I still wonder. It's the Chinese we know have been helping the Iranians rearm and provide them intelligence, the Russians as well. Why go hang out with Xi Jinping right now?
The food.
Yeah, that's true.
Chinese McDonald's.
I mean, they do have Wendy's in Beijing. He's
exactly.
a big fan. Yeah.
All right, Deborah, go to Kalshi. Put down $50 that there will not be a meeting between President Trump and President Xi. All right, Erick Erickson, noon to 3. Most importantly, 2 p.m. live one-on-one interview with Burt Jones, candidate for governor. Cannot wait to listen, Eric.
See you then.
All right, buddy.